Cheers, Gagan. It's been a tough 2020. So let's toast with something you like and Aussie Shiraz.
Yeah, check that. With the new year, let's try and drink wines in a new style from the can itself.
From a can.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure I'll be there with you all the way.
At least we can attempt to convince you. 5 minutes.
All right. No harm in doing that. Let me take this away from me.
Cool. All right then. So wine in a can is not a new phenomenon. It's been there for more than a decade. They say for the millennials, and what do they like? They don't want complicated language on the bottle, maga regions, vintages, villages, soil, climate, producer, 15 different languages and all that stuff. Simple labels, insta-ready, eye-catching, vibrant colors, smart, swaggerish name, ease of carrying, chilling, opening, and of course drinking. Most importantly, no big commitment of polishing the entire bottle. And if there's some left, it's almost like a rocket science for them to understand how to save that. Simple. Rip it, sip it, finish.
Yeah, but this is for the millennials and the Gen Alpha. This is going to be a fad, right? They have very short attention span.
To some extent, that is true. But, cans and is their packaging of choice. They sincerely love their beers.
True.
Right. 60% of the beers in the craft market are now packaged in cans. India is yet to catch up. Our excise is a different case study on its own. Glass goes to landfill. Our generation is getting environmentally conscious. So aluminum can is the way to go. Lesser footprint too. They love their kombuchas, tea, soft drink, RTDs, ciders, and all of that stuff in a can. So why not wine? And this has held their attention too. What are the two biggest wine markets in the world?
US and UK.
Right. So wine in a can in the US has gone up by 70% in 1 year and 125 in UK.
That's definitely like a fad there for me because you come in all bullish and then you go up and then you crash very easily.
Remember, this is exactly what the industry said about screw caps about 10-15 years, and see where we are. Nahi chalega, cork chahiye, and all that stuff. It has worked, isn't it?
True, but what about the stuff inside? What about the quality of the liquid? I don't want to have a Grand Cru or a vintage millésime thing from a can.
No, I do agree with that, but baby steps, right? Slow and steady, we'll see where it goes. But there have been blind tastings where the wines were tasted out of a can and the same wine was tasted out of the bottle, and barely anybody could tell the difference. And not just that, that gave a lot of boost in their confidence. So now, slowly and steadily, New World countries, especially Australia and California, they are putting vintage-specific, vineyard-specific, varietal-centric wines in the can. Oak still doesn't work in the format. Apart from that, everything else does. And in US, people are putting $20, $30 wines in cans, which is a premium section, isn't it?
Chalo, given that also to you. But now tell me, how would I drink it? Because I remember when Francis Ford Coppola launched his wine in the can, it came with a straw ready.
Yeah, I think that is a little tricky. Even I'm not convinced about drinking straight from the can or by the straw. If not entire presentation, announcing, reading the label, decanting and all that stuff, I do want my wine in the glass. So that bit I'll give to you.
But if you, for once, sacrifice it, I guess, and now I'm hearing you, brunches, in-room dining, mini bars, picnics, banquets, there are many places you could actually apply this. So maybe throw some on the table. There's no harm in that in the next party and see what the guests do. I think, yeah.
Are you converting a little bit?
A little. I'm listening to you, but we still have to try and experiment it our way and see how it works.
To try karte. India has arrived on the wine in the can endeavor with Sula and Fratelli. Sula has their 8-year-old label called Diya in a can. We scored that from Mumbai. Nobody will ever ask us how we got there, but yeah, this is what Diya is. 330 ml, 8% alcohol, somewhere around 150, 180, semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine.
The label-less sweet wines.
Yeah, they are.
And of course, then you have the vibrant high octane from Fratelli, this thing called Tilt. It's already available in Delhi and it's on 250 ml cans. It's slightly slimmer than the Diya one, I think. And it's at 12% alcohol. All the wines, I think, are medium sweet.
Mm-hmm.
If you can help me show some of the labels so we can see them. So you got the white, the red, the bubbly, and the rosé. And there's also the Noi.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't give it to us. But anyway, so what I'll do is, let's taste.
To a glass.
Yeah, let's taste this one. You taste it from the glass, the old school type. And I'll do it from the can.
So that's the white sparkling.
Yeah, that's the white sparkling Diya. They launched it at the Sula Fest. But yeah, go ahead. The bubbles look good at least.
Well, it's wine-like, and it's very juicy. It's very grapey. But one thing, the quality is definitely drinkably acceptable.
It is drinkable. And I think I don't know how it tastes from the glass. There's definitely sweetness in this, but the fizz is good. It creates a good mousse on your palate from the can. Is it the same from the glass?
Yes, I think for me, I was scared about touching the can because of cleanliness issues and hygiene issues in India and where they've been stored. So although I like the glass, but I do believe that the fizz will remain fairly intact. It's not a problem.
Yeah. And I think in Delhi, the excise tag
and
will
that
be a
ugly excise sticker to take off its gum on it. But let's do one thing. Why don't you try? I'll try that from a can bravely enough. You can try this from a glass.
Yeah, kiss the excise tag, definitely. Well, good that you have already started to convert a little bit towards the concept.
It's a great branding exercise for brands because you're holding a can that says Tilt on it. This is the Rosé Sparkling. Now.
Yeah, but there's a very interesting thing. Neither Dia nor Tilt boasts of the mother brand. Fratelli is not written there. Sula is not very boastfully written here. So I think it's a different category that they're trying to create here. All right. So in this one, you talk about the fizz first, because in the glass, it doesn't really show much.
2020 has been an unusual year. I'm drinking wine from a can. So I do think there's a difference still.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in my head, but I prefer the fizz from the glass. It seems to go broader.
Okay.
This delivers it more in the middle, something like what a fruit would do, which I'm not very happy about. But at a party, this would be very convenient. Yeah. So convenience, 100 points. But for me, the taste perception, I would still pour this out into a glass.
All right, cool. And what about drinking it from a straw?
Only if it's a metal straw and can be washed, and not use no plastic. But I don't think I think straw is totally out.
Yeah.
So it's either can or glass, depending on what it is. Could even be a plastic glass. You go that far. But on the whole, I think the concept works.
No plastic glass. But anyway, overall, I think it's a good thing. It makes wine drinking easy, and I think we still need that in the country.
Yep.
And if in case we can just add this to our repertoire once in a while, not make a habit out of it. If you throw a dinner and you serve that, maybe or maybe not, we'll catch on to that.
So now the last question is, do you still want the Australian Shiraz or not?
Oh yeah, of course. Cheers to that.
Cheers, guys.